So you're starting to feel stuck in your current role. You're doing great work, but it's feeling mundane. You're feeling boxed in, like there's no meaningful reward or progression in sight. And now you're wondering if you're even on the right career path after all. Well, today, sis, it's time for you to get unstuck. And I want to give you 7 essential tools that you can use starting now to change your path and accelerate your career trajectory. So let's do it. Number one, know yourself. My mom used to always say to me, Corrie, you've got to know who you are. And we're not talking about other people's version of you, but who are you? And think about that in 3 ways. A, what is my passion? What is it that I feel from the depths of my soul that if compensation were not an issue, this is the thing that I would do because this is the essence of who I am. B, what are my strengths? What am I really, really good at? What do my friends often say? Hey, how did you do that? Or can you help me do that? Or when you think about your work environment, what is that thing or those things that your manager, prior or current, your colleagues, your peers, your associates, your clients, what are these people at work in your work environment always saying to you that you are really, really good at? Take note of that. And then C, what is my creed? What is the thing that you stand on? What is the thing that you live by? All of those things are really essential when you're talking about number one, knowing yourself. And then 2, focus on your strengths. I'm really, really big on strength-based growth. So many times we get bogged down and distracted by those things that we feel we're not good at. Those things, what we call our weaknesses. For example, we get that performance review and then we started to focus on, instead of all the great things that we're doing, we narrow in on that one thing where we need improvement when that thing may not even be a critical part of your trajectory. So the only time then when weaknesses are really important in your career are when they are a deterrent to where you're going on your trajectory. So you need to be mindful of when you're shifting away from your strengths to focus on irrelevant weaknesses. So focus on your strengths. And then number 3, find your organizational sweet spot. I'm going to say that again. Find your organizational sweet spot. Look at that strengths toolkit that you have of all of those things that you're really, really, really strong in. Which ones of those strengths are directly aligned with the priorities of your organization, of the business? Those are what I call your relevant strengths. And then when you have your relevant strengths, again, those things that align, those strengths that align directly with the key priorities of the business, and you infuse into that some part of that passion part of you that touches your creed and your core, voila, you have your organizational sweet spot. And that's when you're well positioned to really start standing on that foundation that's going to accelerate and ignite your career trajectory. Number 4, look up. Keeping your head down, waiting to be recognized for the great contributions that you are adding to the team is not getting you the kind of visibility that you need to advance your career. You've got to stay mindful and abreast of communications that are coming down from the top of the organization and are filtering across the organization and down to your team. Those communications that are telling you the key priorities of the company and the key initiatives that will be coming because of those priorities. When you see those, That's when you go back and assess your relevant strengths to say, hey, this is what I'm really good at. This is what I'm really passionate about. And you show your manager, tell your manager, I want to be a part of this particular initiative because I can add value to the business priorities. You've got to raise your hand for those opportunities. I remember earlier in my career, there was a big project that was coming, and I raised my hand. Not many people wanted that project because it seemed not very sexy. But I thought about the project, I thought about my skill sets, and then the passion part for me was the ability to motivate and lead and direct people. And so I thought, okay, this is a great opportunity for me. I thought it would be a short-term opportunity. I raised my hand. I knew that it was a regulatory need for the business. And what I did not realize is that would propel my trajectory forward because it showed management and leadership that I was a team player and that I was able and willing to jump into my skill sets and to pull out those tools to add value to the business and add value to my manager. So you have to take those opportunities when they come. When your skill set and the business need and your passion align, raise your hand to be a part of those projects. Number 5, build strategic relationships. You are the CEO of your career and you must govern yourself accordingly. And we all know that every good CEO has a board of directors, and it should be no different for you. You've got to pull together that group of people that will be your strategists, so to speak. Every person has a role in your trajectory, and you ought to be able to lean on that. Now, that could include your manager. It could be your current manager. It could be a former manager. It could be a peer. It could be someone that you admire, a mentor, most definitely a sponsor. And let me stop right now to say, please comment below if you want me to do a video on the key differences between mentorship and sponsorship. But you want to have both on your professional and personal board of directors, and even someone who is strong in the community. All these people will come together. They can be a soundboard for you. You can share your ideas. They can give you feedback. That mentor can share with you her journey and how she navigated the corporate culture. And then that sponsor can help put your voice in the room, in those rooms that you don't even know exist because of your consistent, excellent work. So definitely build strategic relationships by putting together your own personal board of directors. And also, you want to get involved in your industry. Go to conferences and meetings and meet people and talk to leaders in your field, because that may be a great opportunity. It may lead to an opportunity for you to connect your business, your company, to the outside world. Number 6, be a problem solver, because it's so important to pay attention to team dynamics, to what's going on in the business, to the priorities of your manager and her management chain going upwards, and not just issue spot. Issue spotting is great, but being able to come up with viable solutions to current issues. That will certainly get you the right kind of visibility that's going to help ignite your career trajectory. It's okay if your idea is not selected as the solution, but the important thing is that you are identifying yourself as a strategic thinker. And part of leadership is definitely strategy. Number 7, pay it forward. When you're on these projects, whether you're leading the projects, whether you're just congratulating someone on your team, you want to recognize people for the great contributions that they are bringing to an effort or to the team. Just like you want to be recognized for the value that you're bringing, so do your colleagues. And when you're able to step outside of yourself at the right time and acknowledge others, you are seen as someone who builds collegiality and can even build consensus where otherwise there might be dissension. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found these tips helpful, please like this video and share it with another emerging leader like yourself. And of course, subscribe to the channel and come back for more tips and tools and strategies on how you can control and accelerate your trajectory, not just professionally, but also personally. I'll see you next time, and in the meantime, enjoy the journey.